Hello, hello. It's Rich with Rich Baum Photography, Sacramento, California, trying to make your life easier as a working real estate photographer. Okay, I'm going to get right into it. This is really dealing with the proper exposure for your ambient shot. A lot of people, I think, underexpose their ambient shot for what you need. So let's go into this. Basically, the settings are 1/4 second at 320 ISO and f8 on my Sony a6000 with my Samyang 12 millimeter. Here's the deal. I think that you need to really drag your shutter. A quarter second is pretty slow, but I'm on a tripod, obviously, and I think you've got to get your exposure up there. So I'm going to actually reset this, and I'm going to reset this so we can go into this from a blank slate. Anyway, so I've got a well exposed image here, and don't worry about the ceiling here because that is from the bright sunlight coming in here. But I'm going to use the great background here. I'm going to use aspects of the shot that are really going to help my lit shot. And as you can see, my lit shot has many issues. It's got a ceiling flash, the reflection, the shadow from the ceiling fan from this light over here. I used a streak light 360 over here and an end flash over here. I needed a lot of juice to get this one going. I'm at 1/60th of a second. So this was bright, bright sunlight. Now this is not usable here. It's very overexposed here. But what I want to say is if you look between the two, they're very similarly exposed. And there's good parts of the ambient and good parts of the lit shot. So I'm really going to spend time on ambient shots here. Let's just open it up in Photoshop real quick and see how we can, real quickly, I'm not going to go over the details. All my other videos will show you details of how we do this. Right now, I'm just going to do it real quick. Making a layer mask. Hold on a second. It's opened up now in Photoshop as layers. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to go here. I'm at 6% flow, painting on white. Anyway, going to get rid of the 6% flow is what I like here. I'm going to get rid of the all of these major issues here. Going to bring down this couch a little bit. Bring down the shine. There was some shine in there. I'm going to bring down this. Get a little more back to reality. Mainly here is, watch this. I'm bringing up that little warmth in there. Actually, I like that warmth. And also, let me go back here. I'm taking out right here the shine from the light, which you can spend more time or less time on it. There we go. You can see I have a sensor spot here, which I had on the whole shoot, but I'm not going to deal with that now. Let's go over to the main image again. Let's just brighten up that as I did before I reverted. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, for real estate, this is all I'm going to spend time on right there. Photo deliverable. I could do a lot more if this was a designer shoot or something else, but we're good to go there. I'm going to just delete that now because I don't need it. I've delivered this shoot a couple of weeks ago, I think. Anyway, next one. Ambient shot, lit shot. Ambient shot, lit shot. So I really want you to think about, and I'm not worrying about the window. I did a window pull for here, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just trying to show you. The ambient shot we needed for this back here. We needed for in here. So, but we needed a well-exposed one. This is 1/5 of a second at the same settings. So let me go here, edit in, bam. We're just going to go, as Emerald would say, bam. We're just going to edit this really quick. And again, this is real estate photography. I'm not trying to say it's lesser of photography than design photography, but we got to get in and out and we got to make some money and get some time. But I think you can still aspire to do better work like I'm doing. Hopefully, I think I'm doing. And anyway, so I'm making a layer mask, same thing. Just going to take out this right here. And I think I've actually used this shot in another tutorial. But right now, I'm just going to go through multiple shots showing you that I really want you to increase your aperture. I'm sorry, decrease your shutter speed for, oh, you know what? I didn't like that. Let me go into and do a and luminosity. So right there. Okay. Right there, I'm just showing you, though, that I want you to do a nicely exposed ambient shot. So this is before the ambient and there. Just a little bit of work really helped here. Actually, I'm going to try that again. Let me make this a little smaller. Bringing in a little more ambient here. Okay. Anyway, closing this out. Let's do the next one. I'm kind of spending a little more time on all these shots to deliver them, but not a lot. So here is the ambient shot, and here is the lit shot. See, the lit shot's great for the Christmas here, but it's not working back there. It's actually good on the window. Here's the ambient, it's good back here. Let me go into the settings again. I'm going to have, sorry, wrong one. I'm going to go 1/4 of a second here. Add all the same settings, ISO 320, f8, 1/4 second. So I'm dragging my shutter out, but you got to get a good exposure for the ambient. And it's actually pretty good here because I'm going to use this part back in here, and I'm going to use this part back in here. So I'm going to use the good parts of it. Anyway, this is straight out of camera, so ambient shot, I'm just going to lower my highlights a little bit, and my lit shot, I'm just going to add my special sauce. There we go. And I'm going to bring up the exposure a little bit. It's actually, I could deliver this shot no problem, but let me just quickly go back into this and go here and edit in as layers in Photoshop. So again, this tutorial is strictly to try and convince you to really experiment with longer shutter speeds. Get that ambient shot. Now you can take multiple ambient shots to bracket. If you're still trying to get your feet wet into lighting, you can take multiple brackets where you can use for lighting, but if you have to revert back to, God forbid, go back to HDR, you can go back to HDR, whatever it takes to get your job done for that day. Anyway, I'm going to, right here, bring in a little bit of the ambient back in here. There we go. Beautiful. Get rid of the ceiling fan up here, shadow up here. You can see that difference right there. It's subtle as always, but it's worth doing. There we go. And right here, I'm going to bring down the side of the camera. Okay. Get rid of some of the shadows under the table. And I'm actually going to go back and erase just a little bit of this. Keep a little more of the crispness. So you can see the couch. It's better than the lit shot because that is really in your face lighting. So got rid of the ceiling fan. Anyway, back to another shot. I'm ripping through them today. This is again only to show you how I want your ambient shots to be. Let's go here. This is the ambient shot. Obviously, the windows are blown out. People ask me, well, the windows are blown out, but that's okay because you're not using that. We're using parts of this, like look at the lit shot here. We have a shine from the flash. Ambient, we only have a natural shine from this light up here, the practical light, so that's okay in my opinion. Here we have, it's too dark in the background. We have a window here that we're going to use, and you can see we have some shine from a flash, but we're going to be able to get rid of that. So basically, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to just remove the highlights. Is about the only thing I do because it's actually pretty good shot. I may actually brighten it up, but skosh. There we go. And let me go here, and I'm going to do my full bump. I'm going to do my secret sauce, bring up the exposure for here. Great. There we go. And those two are, that's what I want you to see right here. In many ways, they're similar. In many ways, they're different. But there are aspects of both I'm going to use. Okay? I don't like this here. It's too flashy here. A little bit dark here, but that's going to be more natural there. Better shot there. I'm not going to use the windows here. So, again, just going to right-click. And this is also showing you guys that are saying it's too long to do this. I'm showing you how quick it is. It's really taking maybe 30 seconds longer, maybe a minute. I'll go with a minute. But you know what? To get a better shot, I will take a minute. I'll take 2 minutes to get better shot because it has resulted in better jobs, better clients, or at least clients that value me more. So, opening up, and the faster your computer is, the faster your workflow. So, it is going to be well worth it to up your computer speed. So, right here, I'm going back to painting. Right here, it's white. Anyway, long story short, get rid of that. Get rid of this. Shadows under the cabinet. There we go. Bam. There we go. Brighter in the background. Ceiling is better from the ambient. Again, I'm masking in ambient only. There we go. And I am out of there. Done. Okay. So this is Rich Baum Photography saying just make sure you expose your ambient shots light enough. Well lit ambient shots. Let's see now. Here is the final shot. I can add a little contrast bump in there. I can maybe make it a little more clarity. And I like it. I've got everything I need for a good real estate shoot shot. And here was the ambient. And here was the lit shot. And you can see between the lit shot and the induced shot, ambient induced, I think it's well worth it. You could have done a better job here. You could spend a lot of time on it. So anyway, I'm going to leave you now, but please feel free to ask questions, send thank yous, as everybody's been so appreciative. I appreciate it. I'm just a guy trying to help people and to show you it's not that difficult to add a little more thought to your shooting process. Lighting is not a mystery. It is not a trick. It is just simple. But when you start learning how to use all the tools you've got and all the tools I show you, you're going to succeed and you're going to start making better jobs, more money. And unlike Donald Trump, I'm not guaranteeing this, but I will say that I think you'll find it's working for you. So anyway, Rich Baum with Rich Baum Photography saying, stop screensaver recording. Goodbye, out of here.